Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Hope this reading finds you happy and healthy and enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. All right, let's get to your reading. The overall energy of this reading is Three of Pentacles. Reach out. The collaboration, asking for help, working with others. This feels very collaborative. Someone wants to work with you. I'm talking to somebody who's very good at what you do. There's accomplishments here. Wow. There's a lot of potential here. A lot of like-mindedness coming together and creating something really wonderful. Feels like somebody, there's at least somebody who's seeing you as a part of a team. Nine of Wands. You're feeling like a wounded warrior, so it feels like there's a lack of trust, an inherent lack of trust that you might be having right now. Wounded warrior, it feels like you're exhausted. But it feels like with this Nine of Wands that you've proved yourself. You're very capable. So it feels like you're looking at this opportunity boy, there is a level of exhaustion that you have. Feels like you fought to get to where you are. Maybe you also feel like you've had to do this by yourself, get to where you are. And so now switching to teams, playing as a team, as collaboration. It feels like there's a lot of worry here. What do we need to know? What does the viewer need to know? What are the most important messages? Thank you. Oh, Two of Cups. This is potentially a really fantastic partnership. Someone who wants to collaborate, a meeting of minds. It's interesting. It feels like you're exhausted and it's interesting. It feels like you're coming from a depleted place, fearful about working with others, but here comes this collaboration that is really good, amazing. It feels like good communication with the Caduceus. It's a good fit, a meeting of minds. Wow. All right. Well, that's the overall energy. Collaboration. So let's keep going, shall we? Let's look at the hidden blessing. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Find balance in reverse. So that's the hidden blessing. This is the Two of Pentacles in reverse is my unmasking card. Unmasked. It feels like whatever this partnership, collaboration is, that you don't have to be masked or heavily masked. It feels like you can show up as yourself. Same with this collaboration. It feels like you can be very authentic. It feels like it's important that you're authentic. It feels like that's part of the hidden blessing, is that you can be yourself. Just had like a huge sigh, like relief. How must that be to be in collaborating with someone who you could just be yourself, be authentic? We've got the Knight of Cups coming in. And then 2 4 cards. It's like this person feels at a distance, whoever is coming in. There's something about you don't need this person, you don't need this relationship, and that makes it even better. It feels like you're both choosing each other. Not dependency, like I need this. It's not coming from that the intention of I need 11:11 on the clock. This person's coming in. They're saying all the right things. It feels like the tone. It feels like they know just what to say. There's some distance to this. And then feels like you're taking a second look at this. And with Two of Pentacles in reverse again, it feels like a choice. It feels like there's a opportunity for going in a different direction. Ace of Swords, Emperor reversed. There's some truth coming out in the hidden blessings area around truth, victory, around someone who was very controlling, manipulative. This could be a bad boss in the past that you're connected with, bad leadership. Someone very controlling, very manipulative, insecure. This is not that person coming in. It feels like you've learned from, and this is also justice for something you've gone through, dealing with bad leadership. But it feels like you have the truth. You have clarity. There's justice here in this hidden blessing, that someone's coming forward. It helps you let go of maybe a toxic boss or a toxic job. It's so interesting because there's cups and pentacles here. So sometimes I'm seeing this as a love relationship, and sometimes I'm seeing this as a work. So it's very interesting energies. It feels like it's either something you love doing, you love life, you love this, you love it. It's so you, it's heart-centered, the work you do. It feels like there's a mixture of energies here, very in the tangible 3D. This isn't fantasy. This is real in the 3D. And so you have to interact with it in the 3D. It's not just a fantasy. You've learned a lot from that past toxic connection. It feels like you were very criticized and heavily judged with this bad boss, nitpicking. And you might have been underemployed. Doing all the work, all the responsibility on you. If this is a job, it feels like it was too small of a role for you, but you're doing all the work. So it feels like you've got a title that's really low, but you're doing much more than what this job is saying. There's something wow, this is bringing a lot of balance. Feels like there was a heartbreaking situation, painful ending. There's a message here that there's some painful ending, and what's happening now, it feels like it's like, oh, it was happening for me. Painful ending in a job, painful ending in a relationship, maybe both. And it feels like the ending happened for you. You weren't supposed to be in that space or not that long because whatever this hidden blessing is bringing balance. It feels like it's taken a lot of patience to get you to this point and a lot of focus of what it is that you want. Getting all your arrows pointed in the same direction. This is what I want. I want this. I'm not divided. Well, maybe this and maybe that. And boom, I want this. Boom, all my thoughts, all my energies going in the same direction. And that it feels like once you connect with whoever this is that wants to collaborate with you, in the energy of truth and honesty, that it brings a lot of balance and things move very quickly. Wow. All right. Let's move on to what you're leaving behind. Heal in reverse. So this is the Star card in reverse. Hopelessness. You're leaving behind a hopeless situation. Okay. Hopeless situation. King of Cups reverse. Six of Swords reverse. Wow. I love what you're leaving behind. What's in your rear view is fantastic. Hopelessness. A lot of emotional imbalance, a lot of overwhelm, emotional overwhelm, anxiety, unable to move on, feeling very stuck, very hopeless. Wow. Oh. Feels like you're leaving behind a lot of unworkable energies, a lot of confusion. Can you hear that? It's like someone's trying to start some type of engine. And that's what you're leaving behind. It feels like you could never get something started. Something wouldn't even start. The motor wouldn't engage. There's no fire, no passion. So it feels like you're leaving behind hopeless situations where you feel overwhelmed. And a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervousness. All right. How to get the most of this energy is Eight of Cups in reverse. Moving on in reverse. Okay. How does the viewer make the most of this energy? How does Eight of Cups in reverse, how do we get the most of that energy? You can't heal where you were wounded. You can't heal in the same space where you were wounded. There's a need to detach from something painful in the, this feels like the past. It feels like there's a need to move on so you can create something different. A need to tell the story differently, to tell your story differently. All right, so there's a need to heal. There's some type of emotional attachments. It's hard to let go. It's hard to move on and heal. Why is it? There's a need to get out of the house, to start that engine. Well, that's not going to be disruptive at all. How to get the most of this energy is definitely, with the Two of Wands, is revving your engine. But it's more than revving your engine. It feels like it's time to move on, get out of the house. Feels like it's hard to move on, to let go of something that happened. It feels like there's an emotional stuckness here. And it feels like it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to follow your desires. The Two of Wands, the story is that this person has lived their life, gone out in the world, and done everything they planned to do, and they come back to the beginning. And this person believes that they've seen everything, that they've had all their experiences, that's it. But there's more. This person has the whole world at their hands. They haven't experienced everything. There's something about revving your engines, getting your engines going, but it's time to get going. There's some type of emotional attachment that's holding you back. Jeez Louise. Oh, good. Thank you. Ugh, bummer. All right. My neighbor's taking a break, so I'm back. That revving of engine and loud and disruptive. It feels like you're moving on from someone who is like that. it doesn't feel like you can be heard. It doesn't feel like you can communicate in that environment. It feels like you're being drowned out by other people. It feels very frustrating, annoying, and it feels like it's time to move on. And that's how to get the most of this energy. Even though there might be emotional attachments, to recognize you're not getting your voice heard in this environment. And there's a time, it feels like it's time to take action. It's time to move on, is what I'm feeling. What's supporting you is the Five of Cups in reverse. Change your focus. Five of Cups in reverse is healing after heartbreak, healing after loss, or someone unapologetic. Not sad, not grieving. Eight of Wands. It feels like being unapologetic. There's an emotional attachment that's needed here that I'm perceiving to go for what you want. Focus all. It feels like your emotions are kind of splitting the energy, making it difficult. Emotions are important, of course, but I'm getting something here about making decisions head over heart here. Not taking into consideration everyone else and how everyone else is going to feel about this. It feels like it's time to be tactical. What do I want? Go after it feels like what's supporting you is going after what you desire, being very focused. This is the second time the Eight of Wands has shown up, upright. Get all your ducks in a row pointing in the same direction, and it feels like things will really take off. Feels like what's been splitting your energy is Cups energy, your emotions. Feels like other people are in your space, other people's emotions, how they feel. And there's a real opportunity for you to go after what you desire. Make something happen for yourself. I get there's some type of resistance coming from you and the people in your environment that are Cups based, emotional. And there's a real message here that I'm getting is focus on what you want. Go after what you want. It feels like if the tables were turned and someone else was getting this opportunity, that you would be like, of course you go for this, even if it leaves you in a not so happy place. And so, but it feels like when you go after what you want, there's a lot of people that have difficulty. Maybe that's new. Maybe for you going after what you desire, there are just people who aren't used to seeing that, and they've got a problem with it. Yeah, you're detaching from devil energy, devil reversed. It feels like you're stopping allowing other people to dictate how you move. It feels like you're mature. You've got your big girl, big boy panties on, and you're making decisions for yourself. And it feels like there are people in your life, or there have been, who feel that they somehow get to vote on how you move and what you go for. And instead, it feels like you're making these decisions for yourself. And that's what's supporting you. Leaving everybody else out of it. What do I want? All right. What to be mindful of is release. Death card. The end of an established way of being. It does feel like there's a real potential here for you to step into a way of being that feels new for you. The old you, an old version, it feels like has ended. And with every ending, there's a new beginning. You're ending an old cycle, a repetitive cycle where you were stuck doing the same thing. And it does seem like there are people that don't want to see you change, don't want to see you evolve, but they don't get a vote. You know, it's up to you. You get to decide who you are and what your story is. They must benefit in some way of you repeating cycles of staying small, of not going after what you want. So that tells me that the relationship they want with you is self-centered. They center themselves. They don't want the best for you. They want what's best for them. And it looks like that way of being is ended. Death of established way of being. Wow. This could be your own business. For some of you, this is the King of Wands. To me, is often my entrepreneur card of any king. This is someone who knows they're going after what they desire, what they really are passionate about. And that's what makes, they care about their business. They care about what they're growing. Boy, your moves are very protected. The King of Wands has the salamander on their cloak somewhere in the image. And that says that the King of Wands is protected under fire. And it feels like right now, the moves that you're making, you're protected. And it leads to 10 of Pentacles, your happily ever after, your legacy, your inheritance. This is huge. So being mindful that something has ended, an old version of you, and it looks like you've created a new version of you that's very successful. That feels like you're creating your legacy, your inheritance moving forward, what you're going to leave behind. You're no longer carrying the burdens of others. I think that's also why people are upset. They're trying to interrupt with revving of the engines, trying to block. They don't want to hear what you want. They want to tell you who you are, how you need to show up. And I think you've had it. You're done being talked over. You're done carrying the burdens, doing more work than necessary. If you've had a bad boss, because there was the Emperor reverse, it feels like you carried... Oh, that's the second time the Ten of Wands has shown up in reverse. It also showed up in the Hidden Blessings. You've done so much of the work without getting credit, without people perceiving. So there's something about what you're doing requires amazing amount of strength, focus, but it feels like you've been doing that a lot in your life anyway, carrying other people's burdens, doing the heavy lifting. Oh, it also feels like there's a harvest coming in, a payoff. Wow. Someone wants to invest in you. Someone sees you as worthy of investing. Wow. This leads to public success. There's something hidden in this. It feels like, boy, there's a lot of happily ever after, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles type of energy. You're choosing to be happy. And that's making all the difference. It feels like you could have chosen to stay stuck, stay in an old story, but you've changed yourself and you've changed your story about yourself, and it's showing. Wow. All right. I'm going to take this to Patreon and do an extended. So if this has been resonating and you want to continue the ride, you want to follow along more, there's a link in the description box below. It says extended reading here. You click on that link and it takes you right to Patreon, right to part 2, where I'll be looking at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. I'm halfway through the reading. So if you want to join me over on Patreon, the link's in the description box below. I'll see you over there. If not, if you feel complete, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that this was helpful. Take care.